Okay, so now we're going to go straight into focusing on the hair, because if you can tell straight away from the reference, if you looked at the earlier video, that there's a huge amount of detail in the hair, so it's good to get started on that now. So I'm going to put some highlights in, and that white is not looking very white. I'll just water down. It's a new pot of water, so shouldn't be any darks coming in from the last sitting we did, but it's a different brush, so try that again. As I said in other videos, one of the best ways to keep the lights in painting sketch cards is to just leave the white card exposed to start with. So that's some of the highlight there, though you can't really tell very well in this light. And we've got some lighter hair that I speculated might have more peroxide in than other hair, and we'll just put a bit of ochre, yellow ochre, into the white, and I'll try that might pop more to the eye, at least on this video. I'm using it's a long brush, but it's supposed to be a detailed brush, so the part that's got no patina whatsoever so far here, we can put some of this yellow ochre and white down the side of the ear. A bit more light on there. And now we have shadow and dark hair towards the middle of the body of this hair, and then we've got the light catching the edges. So we'll just block in some more highlights. Got a little bit here, which seems to be the actual tone of the hair lighter. Let's put a bit more white up there to the right of the portrait. Bring it down there. I don't feel we need any of the tones right now. Right, I'm going to swap the brushes and go for something that should be a finer detail brush. And we're going to, let's have a look, with some lights here. Up there, towards the top of the head. There's a highlight here. That's definitely from the light glinting of that hair. I'm less worried at this point about leaving some small ridges, and especially with the hair. It'd be a problem if I was leaving any significant ridges on the flesh tone, specifically if you're trying to do a good portrait of an actress. But with hair, especially with the ridges or along the lines of the hair, there's nothing really to worry about. And I'll now bring some burnt umber into the yellow ochre. Try that in dark parts of the hair here. And I mean, the thing is with hair, you don't really have to worry too much about getting the each hair right, unless there's some sort of stipulation from the guy or girl commissioning you for the portrait. You need the hairs to broadly go in the right direction. But as you can see with this has got quite a layering in this hairstyle. So it's not like sort of long flat side bangs or anything like that. We've got some darks down here. Now, one thing I could do is add some green back into the tint. I'll just wait till I haven't put any out yet, so I'll just continue with the burnt umber here, along there. Now, this part of the hair suggests more like burnt sienna, so I'll go for the, what am I going to go for? I've got limited amounts of green at the moment, which is not ideal, but I've got, what's this, sap green again. So if I put some, let's think about it, sap green into the ochre, yellow ochre, and lighten with a little white. We're going to experiment with a few bits of texture. I'm calling it texture, but it's at this point it is, but later on we can really get a fine brush and paint individual hairs. It's not a matter of painting every single hair, but you go along from left to right or top to bottom and liberally applying some little strokes to indicate hair, so it's spread quite well across the canvas or card. It's mainly now carrying on this process. I'll try, just to stop being to get rid of the boredom, it's good to vary even when you're on the same section of the painting. So I'll now try some of that burnt sienna in the, when we're going to put the burnt sienna into the yellow ochre and green. Let's try a bit of that. And where was it? We were here. There's a very burnt sienna looking area. Now this brush was a detail brush. I think the problem is very fine brushes don't last very long as fine brushes, so then I put them away to serve another purpose of just smaller areas to block in. And let's look, there's not a huge amount that looks burnt sienna-ish, but there are a lot of areas that look a little green with yellow ochre, which I'm just mixing now. So look, put some in there, down here. Now you'll notice, because we're focusing on the hair, I'm not actually dropping any of these tones into the background or the costume, etc. Right, I'm going to put some more yellow ochre out because I want a clear yellow ochre colour on the card. So if I then add I want a very small amount as a ratio of burnt sienna in there. And let's look where there are some very rich ochre sort of sienna style mixes. So we'll put some in there. That's a nice warm tone. And then bring it down the side of the hair. Some in there. On there. Largely keeping the tone. Small strokes in there. Stroke in there. And a little bit in there. And it's a matter of now just gradually breaking it down more and more until we've got very few areas left without hair painted on it. Right, so for now I think I might leave the hair at that, and then we'll come back to the next part. I'm going to go to the rest of the clothing and costume.